styles, high power. The two best forms of cardio. What are the two best ways to do cardio? Especially if you're not trying to burn your muscle. If you want to maintain muscle, what should you do? All right, not just anything or any style of cardio is good for you either. Not all machines, not all cardio machines are good for you. There are certain ones that are better than the others, man. So that's what I'm about to break down to you, along with what setting is best for cardio and burning fat and burning calories. That's what we're gonna talk about today. All right, so first you got HIIT, high intensity interval training. Okay, HIIT is pretty much you have a high and intense interval work rate where it's, the intensity is high. Then you have another part where the intensity is, like, I don't want to say low, let's say moderate. So you're gonna blend those two intensities together. So for an example, if I'm running, or if I'm on a bike, or if I'm doing burpees, anything. So let's say I'm doing 1 minute of work. All right. If I'm running, I'm gonna run, or let's take a track. Let's take a circular. Let's take an oval track. All right. All right. So on the straightaway, I'm gonna run at a moderate pace. As soon as I hit the curve, I'm gonna run fast as possible. Sprinting. I'm gonna sprint as fast as possible. Okay. That's the interval. And once I hit the next straight, back to moderate. Once I hit the curve, back to sprinting again. All right. And you're just going up and down with your intensity, non-stop. All right. You're keeping your body guessing. You're throwing your heart rate off. All right. The moderate interval kind of gives you a little time to recover a little bit, because you can't work at 100% effort infinitely. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get tired and you're gonna slow down. So the interval, doing the interval training allows you to be able to, keep that intensity high as fucking possible whenever you do hit those intervals that, where you're supposed to up your intensity. All right. You don't want to do long, slow distance cardio, like running for damn an hour on the treadmill. You're wasting too much time, and you're probably gonna burn some muscle with it. High intensity interval training, HIIT, HIIT, allows you to also get it done faster because it's so intense. You're gonna get that shit done fast. 20 minutes, you out of there. You know what I'm saying? So let's say I hit sprints. Let's say I go for a run, a 20-minute run. Each minute, if you don't have a track, let's say you're just running in the neighborhood or out in the field somewhere, you wanna, for an example, let's say sprint fast as possible for 5 seconds, and then the remainder of that minute, the last 45 seconds, run at a moderate pace. Then the next minute, the top of the next minute, all right, for 5 seconds, once again, sprint, 45 seconds, moderate. That's interval. That's high intensity interval training. You can take that and do it with anything, pretty much. All right. The next best way, not in any order, would be circuit training. All right. A circuit is gonna have, let's say 3, 4, 5, how many ever stations of exercises you want to be there. You're gonna have stations lined up, however you want to line them up. And you're gonna do each one for a set amount of reps or a set time period. So for an example, you can have four different exercises, 4 different stations. Each one you hit 30 seconds each, or each one you can hit 20 reps each and go to the next. That's the circuit. You can do it either way, however you want. All right. So for an example, let's say I have burpees, jump squats, bear crawls, and sit-outs. I'm gonna do each one. Let's say I do each one for 30 seconds. All right. So going through each exercise one time is one set. All right. You can have X amount of sets within a round. So let's say, for an example, something I would do 30 seconds burpees. As soon as I finish, go to the next one. 30 seconds jump squats. As soon as I finish hit the buzzer, go to the next one, non-stop, no break. Then I'm gonna do the sit-outs, you know what I'm saying? And then the fourth exercise, That's one set. Now I'm gonna go around that circuit, let's say 3 times. I'm gonna go around that circuit 3 times non-stop. And once I stop, and by the way, you want to make sure you do, if it's time based, you want to do as many reps as possible without compromising your technique. All right, your technique has to be up to par. Okay, you don't want to be sloppy. You fucking shit up. So that's what I was saying. Once I finish that going through everything 3 times, I stop and I rest for 1 minute. So that's 1 round completed. Then we're gonna do 2 more rounds of that. Okay. So that's an example of circuit training. And with the circuit training, it's really good because all you have to do is implement some kind of resistance, whether it's resistance bands, weights, or anything like that. You can throw weights in there with it, so that way you're not just doing straight up cardio. You still working your muscles. Instead of burning muscles, you're still working your muscles, okay? And it's gonna, it's gonna contribute to your muscle endurance. All right. So that's why I love circuit training big time. And it saves time also. You can knock it out in like 30 minutes. Same thing, short, fast, and fucking intense. All right, you get what you need done and get out. All right, now we're gonna talk about what are the best machines for cardio. Which cardio machines are the best for cardio without burning all your muscle also, which nobody really wants. You don't want to be fucking skin and bones. You feel me? So I would say in no particular order, the first 2 machines I want to say are the bikes. Stationary bike. The reason why stationary bike is one of the best machines to use is because, for one, if you have knee problems, bad knees, you can't handle high impact, you can't do a lot of running, you can't do a lot of jumping, so that takes running out of the equation. Certain things like burpees maybe. The bike is good for you, and I put a lot of my clients on the bike because it's easy on your knees. Make sure when you set the pedal, to you want to make sure you can straighten your leg all the way, but not lock your knee out. All right, you don't want to hyperextend your knee every time you pedal. All right, all the way. You want to set it to right before your leg locks out. All right, based on your height. There's going to be no impact on your knees at all. Another reason is because you can add resistance. So it's like a leg workout also. You add resistance on there, depending on the bike you got. I put it on at least level 10, at least level 6 for beginners. If you kind of in between 8, really preferably 10 if you really want to be on that level, you know what I'm saying? I put it on level 10. I usually do intervals on these, of course, intervals on the bike. So I went back to the interval to explain one more time how I would do it on the stationary bike. I usually do like 15 45s. So I warm up, 85 RPMs to begin with, for 1 minute, just to get my heart rate going pretty good. Usually I do this after I've lifted already, so I'm kind of warmed up enough to where I don't gotta do too long of a warm up on it. At the top of each minute, I go fast as fucking possible for 15 seconds. Everything you got. 120 RPMs or better. All right. Then the last few seconds of that minute, 45 seconds, moderate. 15 fast as possible, 45 moderate. Moderate will be like 85 RPMs, fast as possible, 100 or better. Now, if you really want to up the ante, man, take it to another level, get a full body workout with it. Grab you some at least 10 pound dumbbells. Yeah, if you're strong like me, then you can grab 20, 25 pound dumbbells. And on the moderate intervals, for example, like if I'm doing 15 45s, on the moderate 45 interval, when I'm only going like 85 RPMs, I'm gonna grab, you can have the dumbbells sitting on the stand. I'm gonna grab the dumbbells, and while I'm pedaling, I'm pressing, doing shoulder press at the same time, simultaneously while I'm pedaling. All right, together. And maybe like 5 seconds before I got to start my fast interval, I hurry up and sit them down, grab on so that I can go all out with my legs. When I finish that 15-second fast interval, back to the dumbbells during the moderate pace. Moderate pace, boom. All right. Or you can alternate. If your shoulders burn out within 20 minutes or 25 minutes, you can go to maybe another day, or If on this day you doing the dumbbell press, your shoulders burn out, you can go to do the curls. You know what I'm saying? When you're doing a moderate pace interval, do curls, all right? You know, you can even do overhead extensions with the dumbbell. All right, as long as you're working during the moderate phase, that should be a full body workout. All right, now the other bike is an assault bike. You're not really gonna see them too much. They usually don't have them in regular gyms unless you're lucky. You're in a dope ass gym. Usually you find them in a CrossFit gym. So if you're in the CrossFit gym, you know what the assault bike is more than likely. Well, the difference between that and the stationary bike and the assault bike, it's got the handles on top, and when you pedaling while moving the pedals simultaneously, so you getting both upper and lower body work off top by default at the same time. You know, so you're using your legs, using your arms, your triceps, your shoulders, your back. Everything is one unit. So using your whole body. The resistance comes from the faster you pedal, the more air you create, and the resistance comes by way of the air. You have this air resistance, aero resistance. All right. So you can't really increase the resistance unless you pedaling faster and faster, pretty much. But once again, it's also beneficial because it's not gonna have any impact on your knees, just like the stationary bike. You know, make sure you set your seat. To where you're not fully hyperextending your knees, and you're good to go. So you can do either that or the stationary bike, but I usually prefer the stationary bike because you can alter your resistance. You can raise the damn resistance of the pedals as high as you want it to be, to where you barely going anywhere and you kind of dragging. Like you get a much better leg workout with that. And you know, if you take it to another level, you know, to my level, throw dumbbells in there. You know, you can get as heavy dumbbells as you can handle. You know, not too heavy. You know what I'm saying? Because your shit gonna burn out pretty quick. All right. So like up to like 30 pounds. So that's the only advantage that I give to the stationary bike. And plus, with some of those assault bikes, they blow out a lot of air. You know, I wear contacts, so if you wear contacts, all that air coming from the fan of the bike, and shit might dry your eyes out. You know what I'm saying? Or it might kick dust up. You got bad sinuses like me. You know, all that dust and shit that they kick up might bother your sinuses, etc., etc. You know what I'm saying? Depending on your allergy. So that's why I like to do the stationary bike. You know, I can alter it. You know what I'm saying? Like the resistance and shit like that. You know. The next piece of equipment is Sled. Alright, you really want to get gritty with it, get your hands dirty, you gotta get on that sled, man. You know what I'm saying? That's athlete shit. You already know you get a good leg workout with it. If you put enough weight on there, you know, you can't cheat it. Ain't no cheating it. It's you and the sled. You know what I'm saying? The sled is not gonna be moving for you. Preferably outside. But if you don't have an outside area to do it, then let's do it inside. If they have like a turf area, or you know, whatever your gym got going on. You know, the sled, I like to do that. You can push, pull. The lower you push, the harder it's gonna be, because when you pushing it, because you're so low, your quads are gonna get a better stretch. You're gonna be able to chamber your leg a lot more, and you're gonna really be using them legs rather than if you standing all the way up holding it at the top. Either way gonna get you a good workout, but if you really want to like get gritty with this shit, make sure you push it low if it has a low bar, you know, to push, or depending on the handles that's on it. Those are the main ones. The only time I would say do like the Stairmaster is not just weight alone. Get you some dumbbells, like, you know, 10, 15 pound dumbbells. Walk on the Stairmaster. That way you're working your legs, or you can curl or do shoulder press. If you coordinated enough, you might slip up and bust your ass and fall on your face. Alright, so be careful with that. Alright, now, if your gym got it, don't be scared to do this shit. The Jacob's ladder, man. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty much like a back crawl. If you don't know what a Jacob's ladder is, it's like a, what can I call it? It's slanted like a Stairmaster, so it's moving at a 45-degree angle. roughly, on estimate, 45-degree angle, and it has bars, and it's pretty much a ladder, literally a ladder on a machine that's laying down 45 degrees. And you pretty much, it's just like you climbing a ladder, but instead of climbing straight up, you climbing 45 degrees. So it's like climbing a ladder slash infinite bear crawls, you know what I'm saying? So you on your leg, you moving your legs and your arms constantly. You want to always, pretty much you want to always do whatever is the most challenging or requires you to do the most fucking work. All right, the more work you do, the more you burn, the faster you evolve and progress and get in shape, man. All right, no pitter patter shit. This is all challenging things. These are all challenging things. All right, now don't get on there trying to go all super slow. Maybe the first couple of minutes to get a feel for it if you're new to it, but make sure you keep a good pace. You want to make sure you get you a good rhythm going too, and don't arm leg. Like, you want to make sure when your left arm moves, your right leg moves with it. You get you a rhythm going. All right, instead of being like all over the place. Each limb hit at a different time. You want to keep your rhythm going, keep your body straight, keep your core straight. All right, so it won't bother your back if you need to. You can wear a belt with it. Usually, it's made with its own belt, so that the cable can attach to you. The one that I have at my gym, the gym that I go to and train my clients at, it has when you go, the faster you go and the higher you climb up, the cable is pulling, and the machine detects that, and it goes faster. So the faster you go, the faster it's gonna go. All right. So I'll probably put that, like, it can really be first or last, depending on how fast you're going. Those are the best pieces of equipment. All right. So once again, that's the assault bike, the stationary bike, which is my favorite, along with the sled. Then you got the Jacob's ladder, man. You do Stairmaster, grab some dumbbells and some shit, man. And don't be holding on, laying on it, man. That's garbage. That shit is weak, it's whack, it's lazy as fuck. Alright? Stop making this shit easy, carrying your weight. Carry your weight with your legs. Get some dumbbells and move them, man. You know what I'm saying? Alright. Alright, setting. Inside versus outside. I'm expecting you to automatically know the answer to that shit. Outside, of course. Inside, especially these days, most of your gyms had an AC on, man. They have it cool, cold, calm, and collected in there, man. Where you can just relax and be comfortable. Fuck that. You're not gonna progress if you're comfortable and you fucking chilling. Literally in the AC, man. You're not gonna really burn shit. Plus, it will take a little longer for you to warm up if you're too cold. So logically, the shit just don't make sense, man. So wherever you at, go to a gym where they don't have the AC blasting, man. That shit need to be, not stroke causing hot, but you need to be hot, you know what I'm saying? In there. At least maybe fucking average temperature, but not cold. Alright. Outside only gives you advantages because you got the equipment. You got equipment all around you, so whatever you need, you can improvise and be creative with all the equipment. But if you really want to take your fitness and your health to the next level overall, you need to do this shit outside. You can't be outside. That's what our ancestors did, man. That's why our ancestors went all out of shape. They were more athletic, because they were always outside and active outside. Because they had the natural elements of the sun and the uneven terrain. The terrain, depending on where you are, the terrain was challenging. It was very, it's very, very, very different, terrains across the land. You might, shit might get rocky. You might have to go through woods. You might have sand. Everything is going to provide a different challenge. Another reason you need that sun, you need that vitamin D. It's good for your melanin. The sun good for your skin. The energy, nature's energy, the energy of the universe is good for you mentally. It's good for stress relief. You know what I'm saying? Being outside, hearing the wind blowing, the trees, the bugs, the crickets, the roaches, all that shit brings you at peace. This is how we were built. The originals. You know what I'm saying? Our ancestors were built for this shit. Don't always be on the inside. You're gonna get weaker. come outside, you know. Yeah, you know that's, you know, you're gonna have to work harder. It's gonna be hard as fuck, especially if it's hot. That sun will be beaming down on you, which is gonna make you stronger. It's gonna make you mentally stronger. All right, and those are all beneficial things, not just working out, but shit's gonna translate to life also. All right, so take it outside. You know, flip you some tires, grab you a sledgehammer. You working your legs and your arms. That's full body right there with the tire. Grab you a sledgehammer, hit the tire. You know, core and arms. You know, take that sled outside. Do your burpees outside. Do everything you can outside. You gonna run. Do your HIIT sprints outside. You feel me? All right. Take you to another level. All right, y'all, like it if you learn something and you fuck with it. You got any questions? Want me to go further into detail about something, or you just want to, you know, big ups, say whatever? Hit me up in the comments. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook. Subscribe, by the way, of course, so you can stay up to date and up to par. And check out the website for more apparel like this here, man. Mental strength reigns supreme is the official slogan. That's the tee. That's what I'm wearing right now. All right, the re-release of the slogan tee. So check that out on the website along with other shit. You feel me? My workout plans are on there also. All right, so check me out across the board, man. All right. Remember, mental strength reigns supreme in all aspects of life. Peace. My power.